Hello everyone, how are you doing and welcome back. So, the Breda, should you use it? Well, I'm here to answer that question for you. So to do that, let's run over some stats, then I'll let the gameplay play a bit, and then we'll sort of round out the video with these specializations that I recommend. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into it. The Breda on paper may not look like one of the best assault rifles to run, but if you give it a fair chance and spec it out correctly, it can be one of the better, if not one of the best, sort of assault rifles for the assault class. But starting off, it does have the slowest rate of fire at 423 rounds per minute, and you can sort of spec this out into to 440 and sort of get it on par with sort of the Ribot Roll's default rate of fire. But there's more details on that at the end of the video when we run sort of through the specializations. It has the longest reload at 3 seconds with ammo sort of still in the mag, and then when you're completely empty, it has got a 3.6 second reload. So there are times when I've been using it and sort of get caught out reloading. There's one or two clips in here that you'll see where I do get caught out reloading, even with sort of not a full mag, but a few bullets left in the mag. The 3 seconds sort of does get me. So you do have to make sure if you need a reload, you're in cover, or you're not sort of out in the open, and sort of use it that way. It has got the smallest magazine as well, so a 20 round mag. So once again with the reload as well, you might be like, why would I use this gun? That's when we come into the bullet drop off. So it has the least bullet drop off. So at 0 meters it has 32 damage, and then this drops off towards 22 damage at 50 meters. So it starts at 32 and then it just gradually comes down until you hit 50 meters, but then it just sort of plateaus and sort of stabilizes at 22 damage and all the way up to 150 meters. So this is one of the best damage models for the assault rifles in the game. Just to give sort of a comparison, the others start at 25, so the STG and the Ribot Rolls, for example, starts at 25, and then they sort of drop down to 15, where they stabilize at 15 damage, all the way up to 150 meters. So looking at the two, it does have the best damage out of those sort of weapons, and that's what makes it really good at those kind of range. Whether you're sort of engaging enemies at sort of medium to sort of semi-long range, and even close quarters, you can sort of get a few kills, unless you, like I mentioned, come up against a Type 2 or Suomi player. And the recoil, it's not too bad, but it is up and to the right, so at distances, it is best to sort of switch to semi-auto, and then sort of use the burst fire at sort of close medium to sort of close range engagements to sort of help sort of with engaging enemies. But that's sort of a breakdown of the weapon. I'll let some of these clips play, and then I'll catch you at the end where we sort of run through the specializations and sort of break down what I recommend you guys to run. Yeah, sniper there. Guy's getting revived.
There! Enemy tank! Explosives are in place.
Don't. Tried to slide me, man. I ain't getting slid on.
That's one of their tanks!
Not let the enemy take objective dog.
Right, I might as well just stay here and try and. Oh no.
I can see an enemy assault trooper.
There's an enemy presence at objective Charlie. Objective Easy is under our control. Objective Able is under enemy. Objective George is under enemy control. We've lost control of objective Dog. Able has been secured.
Fuse is lit.
Let's go. Alright. Still, we got the tank. That's the main thing. Still got the tank. So, to quickly finish up with the video, it's going to run through the specializations that I was running. So, while some more time, let's jump into it. So, perk 1 or specialization 1. I had quick aim. So, you know, it's standard. Want to be able to aim down sights quicker and get the jump on the enemy. If I need to sort of be a bit more accurate, then I can aim it quicker than they can and sort of fire off the more accurate bursts than trying to hit fire them at a distance. You can go with hip fire, but I do find sort of the hip fire is already quite adequate with this gun. You know, it does its job. Will you lose to SMGs at close range? Yes, by hip firing. Yeah, I mean, it's just a given. You know, I mean, this gun's more set up for sort of medium to long range. It can do close range, but if you come up against like a Type 2 or Suomi, sort of 99% of the time, you know, 98% of the time, you more than likely will sort of lose that battle. But you know, at its sort of designated role, it is a good gun. Per spec 2, I went with pointed barrel. Once again, this helps out horizontal recoil. You know, if I need to fire a burst off at distance, like I already mentioned, the gun up and to the right, so it just helps sort of bring the gun in, make it a bit more sort of a vertical recoil instead of that like sort of mix between the two. So it just helps with that sort of long distance engagement. You can go light stock, but in my opinion, it's not really needed too much. This helps moving faster whilst aiming. But me personally, ported barrel does the job. And now this is the perk that sort of helps with the rate of fire. So trigger job decreases the time between bursts, and so therefore increases the overall rate of fire. Whereas the light bolt, it decreases the time between the shots, but not a single burst. So you know this keeps the rate of fire the same, but the time between each bullet is decreased. Whereas with trigger job, the time between each burst is kind of decreased. So that's why I went with trigger job. Just makes it rate of fire quicker, so you can get more damage downrange and therefore kill the enemy quicker. And then finally, I went with custom start, just improved accuracy whilst moving. You know, if I'm down sights, sort of engaging somebody at a distance or medium distance, I normally find myself strafing, just make it harder for them to hit me. So that's why I went with custom start. But if you find yourself, you know, maybe posted up in a building more, or you like to kind of sit back a bit, sort of hold angles more and not really strafe as much, then you might want to go with barrel bending, just improve accuracy while stationary. But if you like to strafe and that kind of play style, then probably custom stock's the one for you. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment down below as well. What do you like about this gun? What kind of setup do you run? Also comment what I can do better with this video. Always looking to improve. So if you got any sort of feedback for that, that'd be great to hear. And if you want to see more content like this, as well as tips, breakdowns, and plenty of other content for Battlefield 5 and 2042 when that releases, make sure to drop a subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.